Hello, my name is Harry Baker, and today I'm going to be going over a case study that involves a fourth year student who is currently struggling with balancing her work and her school load. Um, so today we're going to be discussing a fourth year business accounting student named Alondra who works a full time job. She's taking a full course load and she's struggling to balance both her work responsibilities as well as her coursework. Usually, Alondra is good at managing her time, although it's a challenge to work and be a full time student simultaneously. Alondra shared that she needs additional time to complete several assignments for various classes but doesn't know how to do. She adds that a specific faculty member for one of her courses has previously not been particularly receptive to the idea of giving her additional time on her work. She needs to get a good grades in these courses to graduate. So when we look at Alondra in this entire case study, there's many things that kind of stick out to me that I believe that Alondra could use to help herself in this situation. One of the things I'm noticing specifically is obviously the first thing would be time management. For Alondra, time management is something that is it's difficult. Being able to work a job and to be able to take a full class load is something that myself has done. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do, but some of the strategies that I've used, I will share to help her be more specifically engaged and able to get her work done. For me, another issue that I also noticed was that she is struggling a little bit, I believe, with organization. Organization is something that I think goes hand in hand with time management. I think it's one of the concepts that overall brings it all together. And I believe that there are some strategies that I'm going to share with both time management and organization to help her be able to be more suited and put her in a better position with her work. So to start off, the biggest thing if I was Alondra and I was being in the position that she's in is I would look into doing something that I have done and that has been a big key in my success when it comes to managing both working and taking a full course load. And it's having a block schedule planner. A block schedule planner is basically a planner that it's organized into times. It can be, it ranges. You go to your local Staples, you go any real, Target, any store is going to have these planners and they're basically block scheduled. So what it means is that it's Monday through it's same as a planner essentially, except for the fact that it's delegated into time increments. So for me, my planner is delegated. It has Monday through Friday, then Saturday, Sunday, but Monday through Friday are the big ones. And it starts off for me at 7:30 a.m. and it goes 7:30, 7:45, 8, 8:15, 8:30, 8:45, 9, so on and so forth. And so for me, it delegates your entire day into these 15-minute increments. And for me, I believe that it's a very important skill to have because it's going to be able to help you stay extremely on track and focused about what your day and what you're looking to go and do. I think that having a block schedule planner for Alondra would be huge, and it would help her be able to focus on what's going to be, for instance, her class schedule. She'll be able to go and see how much time she needs to delegate for each assignment. She'll have what day she works, what the times are, those will be blocked off. So then she'll have her specific then times for all those days that she needs to make sure that she gets her assignments turned in. And that's a big one for me because I think that for her, if she's able to do that, she's knocking out two birds with one stone. She's able to have an organized plan. She's able to have her week organized, as well as then knowing what she needs to do for each specific block that she has labeled off and or scheduled. So it knocks out two birds with one stone, and it's not just that; it's going to benefit her at the long run. Another suggestion that I believe that Alondra should do specifically with her professor that isn't receptive to the idea is something that I've done with one of my professors was that I asked if we could meet privately and utilizing the time to reach out to the professor and emphasis on communication, being able to communicate and say, hey, this is what I have to do, would you like to meet privately? That's going to help create that relationship with the professor and her to help get a bigger, broader understanding of, okay, this is what I must need to do in order for me to be the most successful in the class. It also will help the professor gain trust in Alondra to then be able to, understand what she needs to do so that she can be in the best position possible. But with all of this, it comes down to, being able to do those things and communicate with the professor that she's struggling with, it'll help then, create that trust, as I said. But it's also going to just make her be able to understand topics more. I believe that if she's struggling significantly with just this course in general, because of the fact that the professor's not receptive, then it'll help Alondra realize that it'll help the professor and Alondra be able to create that relationship they need so that they're able to then put together and understand a good idea of what's needed to make this work. And my other thing that I would suggest to Alondra is maybe, cutting down her hours while she's working. Usually, or companies will be more receptive to the idea of understanding what a student's work schedule when it comes to school and understanding how to put them in better situations. So I think for Alondra, it starts off first with getting the planner, being able to then communicate with her professor, and number three, having a daily plan and routine that she's going to stick with. For me, I had to come up with that. I had a daily plan and routine, and you have to make sacrifice when it comes to that. You have to understand what a workplace, a work school balance is. Work play, work school, same thing, interchangeable. And you have to understand that you're going to have to cut down on your extracurricular activities. You have to make sacrifice. You have to understand you have to make sacrifice. And I think the biggest thing for her is that she needs to understand what a routine and a daily plan is. And being able to have a daily plan and having a routine, it's going to help her be able to, for instance, she's going to have to make a sacrifice here. If she wants to get all of her things done, she needs to wake up early. If she wakes up early, she's able to then have, until she goes into work, she has all that time to knock out all assignments, come up with what she needs to do for each one to knock it out. It's able to then go and create a checklist, which is basically a part of what's in her planner. And then she can come up with goals, daily goals, SMART goals, specific, measurable, achievable, and time specific. And I think that for her, in order to be able to manage all of this, which is something that I myself tried and I have done successfully, you have to be able to utilize having breaks in between. So you're not going to be able to not many people are able to just sit down for, 6-7 hours straight and just do only schoolwork. In between those, being able to have like 5-minute breaks where you go, for a walk, maybe go get something from the vending machine, maybe using it to go and work out. Whatever you find to be the best thing possible for you, it'll only help you and improve your concentration to get what's on the piece of paper done. For her, I think that she has to be able to, specifically sit down and have a Sunday where on Sunday morning, you sit down, you look at what's due for the entire week, and you then start planning your week that way. Look at what assignment's going to take the longest, what assignment's going to take the shortest. Come up with being able to just be able to do one task at a time instead of doing all of them at once. Being able to every single day knock out chunks of it is very, very helpful. For me, for instance, I had it marked down on a piece of paper. It had my Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and it was all my assignments. I wrote down every single one that was due. I would then have every single day, I would count how many I had due. I would look at each assignment. My biggest assignments were the ones that I would do on Monday. For instance, I had 24 to 30 assignments depending on the week. And in that week, each one was due for my classes. I had 5 that would be due Sunday, and then I would have the rest, which is 19 to 20. They would be due at Friday by noon. So for me, it was all about delegating Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday to, okay, so what's my biggest tasks I need to do? And my biggest task usually would include me doing projects, case studies, and I would write down, okay, this is what I'm going to do first. It's going to be a case study. Then I'm going to do one of the small little homework assignments, then a case study. And it helped me be able to really understand and knock each assignment really out in a really organized way. And it made me be able to turn my things in on time. The worst thing you can do is not be able to utilize a day. What I mean by that is that if you're going to sit down and not do anything for an entire day and put it off, you're putting yourself at the biggest disadvantage possible. That is why it's very essential that you every day have a daily plan and routine. That you, when you get the block schedule planner, that you follow through on it. And then when it comes to organizing strategies, create the checklists. Knock off when you get an assignment done, check mark. You want to take a 5-minute break, do that. If you do what I did, where it was big assignment, small assignment, big assignment, knock 2 at a time, 10-minute break, big, small, 10-minute break. However long it's going to take, or whatever you think is the most successful way to getting the thing done, it's up to you. But I would be able to make sure that you, every single day, you have what your goals are for your assignments. What assignments are you specifically going to knock out? That's why I suggest on a Sunday you sit down, you look at what's on, your calendar, and you're able to see, okay, these are what I'm due this week. If I have an exam, then I need to delegate, an hour, hour 30, 2 hours. That each day I need to knock out, I need to delegate time for that, and I need to knock out these amount of assignments so that I'm ready by the time my due date comes. I'm able to submit it and submit it on time. I think that for Alondra, a big thing that she should utilize as well is using Google Calendar. Google Calendar is an unbelievable thing, and it can actually download and sync to your phone, and so it will come up on your phone as reminders, and it will automatically do that for you, which is a huge thing. But by her being able to, on a Sunday or whatever she finds comfortable, I would make sure that it's done before a Monday. But by being able to sit down and see, okay, this is what my week looks like, writing down what she's going to do for the entire week. So writing on a Monday, a Tuesday, a Wednesday, Thursday, and then a Friday of all that she needs to have done. And it's obviously it's going to vary. I don't know specifically what her schedule is, but by being able to sit down on a Sunday and realize, okay, even if she has to start on a Sunday, then mark down what you need to get done on Sunday. But by being able to do that and delegate days for okay, this is the amount of assignments I need to get done. This day, Tuesday, I need to get this amount. Wednesday, same thing. Thursday, same thing. By being able to sit down and be able to do that, while then plugging it into your Google Calendar and your block schedule planner, you're able to stay on task and you're able to be organized and you're able to knock every single thing out so that when it comes time that you have to go to work, you're able to then not have to worry specifically about struggling with specifically her faculty, one of the faculty members that isn't receptive to this idea, about getting, about her working and doing school. It's able to make sure that doesn't have to happen. But if it does and your professor isn't still on that same page, then you should meet with her privately. He or she should meet with them privately and understand what are their expectations. By understanding that and creating that relationship, you're able to just better understand what you need to do to specifically make sure that you get a good grade. But by, I think, following this plan, specifically when she struggles, I think, with time management and organization, the first thing that you should do is you should go to your local store, buy one of these block schedule planners. By doing that and then being able to come up with, okay, write on a piece of paper, what's my daily routine and what's my plan going to be? By doing that, you're going to then be able to knock out each and every single thing that you need done for that week, have it all labeled out, have it all memorized, and it's right there in front of you, and it's going to make you be the most successful person that you can be. And I think that also just making sure that you utilize your breaks, not having to do every single thing at once. It's going to improve your concentration. It's going to help you it's going to make you feel better, and it's going to make you get your work done. And so I think that when you follow this plan, you're going to get a good grade and you're going to graduate.